Myers-Briggs, INFJ, ENTP, all that stuff. So Hexaco tests you on 26 facets of your personality. And one of them is called conscientiousness. And it's been proven over and over by scientists, conscientiousness is the most correlated with business success.
Define conscientiousness.
So then it divides into 4 sub-facets. Organization, perfectionism, diligence, and prudence. So the real truth is hard work is 25% of the formula because diligence is known in the common language as hard work. Okay? So if you just think diligence alone will get you success, you're like a basketball player that thinks you'll play in the NBA because you can shoot free throws. You ever seen the best free throw shooters in the world? They're old 70-year-old men who shoot underhanded. But they don't play in the NBA because the NBA is not all about free throws. So NBA is scoring, defense, free throws maybe is one component, rebounding, assists, there's a lot of components. So the other 3 you have to get good at. So the first one is perfectionism. People, you have to know how to double check your work. It's that simple. It doesn't mean you're always a perfectionist, but it means when it's important, when you're a pilot of an airplane, double check before you go. If you get on a plane, you hear the pilots double checking, the co-pilot going, hydraulics. And the guy goes, hydraulics. And that's why planes don't crash. And it's called 6 Sigma. It's 3 defects per million. Your goal in business and in life on the important things is to make 3 mistakes per million transactions. And the only way you do that is by being a perfectionist in terms of double checking. So that's 25%. The next one is organization. I can't tell you how much better my life is and anybody watching this will be if you wake up every single day and you take 10 minutes. I have yellow notepads sitting all around my house. I got that from Bill Gates. Bill Gates built Microsoft at 17 by locking himself in a hotel room with 6 yellow notepads, and he wrote out the whole basic code for DOS and things that built Microsoft. Okay? He became the richest man in the world 18 years straight because he was organized enough to lock himself in a room and think through his day. And so what I try to do, and whenever I do this, I have a great day. Whenever I don't, I notice it. Be organized a little bit, 10 minutes. I actually have this little couch thing outside of my shower, and I put a notepad by it. I take a shower when I wake up. I walk over to that. I kind of sit there, and I just write out. It can be as little as 3 main projects you want to get done that day. So organization is the other 25%. So now, and then you have diligence, which is hard work, hustle, and perseverance. But the last one is the kicker. And this is what I was talking about, the rewiring that has to happen. The last one is something called prudence. Scientists call this prudence. Prudence is the ability to make the right decision. And I can't tell you how many entrepreneurs, being the bitch of your own brain, the way you learn not to be, the easiest way is to be around people who aren't the bitch of their own brain. Like Joel Salatin, my first mentor, I was lucky enough right out of high school, instead of going to college, I was with him at 19, and he is not a bitch of his brain. He's a man of, he wakes up, and his life's more like of duty. He knows his duty, and whether it's hard or easy, he plows through it. So every day, for example, when you have breakfast at 6 in the morning on a farm, he writes out an organized thing on what he wants to do for the day. When you're the bitch of your brain, you go, I'm just going to freewheel this day. It's very hard to be organized. Dogs aren't organized. Do you ever see your dog organizing day? So if you want to, you can either act on the animal side, which is just a wing life, or you can operate from a sense of logic and duty. And so I learned somewhat, I'm not even as good as Joel, to not be the bitch of my mind by just being around him for a while. And so that's the best way. Find somebody that you look at them and you go, this is a person of discipline, of motivation, self-motivation. They don't need external motivation. They're motivated from within. And spend all the time you can around them. Like someone wants to learn from you, I tell people, go walk up to Tom or a company like this and say, yo, I'll work for you for free for years if it need be. Because I need to be around. It's cumulative hours. Arnold Schwarzenegger, in his book, one of the great autobiographies, in my opinion, Total Recall, he has this principle, it's called reps and sets. He said, if you want muscles, it's reps and sets. Hours in the gym. And some people, there's a lot of books now on, here's how you can work out 15 minutes a day. No, you can't. You're never going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger if you work out 15. I don't care what biohacking crap you do. Please, spare us. Let's return to common sense. You want to be Arnold? You got to do what Arnold did. In the same way, if you want to learn from mentors, if you think 5 minutes with a mentor will be enough, you don't understand how deeply rooted your wire circuitry is. You got to rewire it, and it takes reps. Instead of reps and sets, it takes hours and days, or days and years. And so I think that if you're young watching this, don't try to become a millionaire too young. Because what you should do when you're young is work on the circuitry part. And then the money will come. Alan Nation told me that. He said, Ty, don't try to become a millionaire in your 20s. And I didn't listen to him. And I wish I had. And luckily I kind of listened to him, but I should have listened more. And so if you could take those formative years and just go on the adventure of life. That's why I went to India and a leper colony and went and lived with the Amish. Because I was like, Amish, all the good stuff you have, reprogram my brain. I'm sure on the narcissism score now I score around 40 to 50, which isn't horrific, but isn't the best. Like and I guarantee you, if I hadn't gone to the Amish, I'd have been an 80 narcissist. And my life would have sucked. But now at 40 is kind of an acceptable. 42 is the last test. So it took me 2.5 years with them. You know? And so I think even as an older person, man, my dream in life, even today, is to find some badass and trick them into spending